Welcome back, Wolfpack. Vrolos here, and this is going to be a battle with George. And the matchup already seems a bit interesting because that's going to be Glasgow into Mega Kangaskhan, and that can play out many different ways. If it's Ice Punch Mega Kangaskhan, the battle's immediately over on that Glasgow. But then if you break down the other things that could happen, could get pretty serious, because if Kangaskhan wants to go for power-up punches while Glasgow is protecting, might be able to work around a Toxic Stall. Glasgow can also protect on that first turn against the Fake Out, or it can just kind of do what it wants. So we're going to see if Glasgow is going to tank it up enough. If it is like a pure defensive Glasgow, Kangaskhan's still going to have a difficult time against it. So yeah, that's going to be Fake Out, doing 40, so yeah, less than a quarter of Glasgow's health. Looks like no protect, but it is going to be that Toxic Orb going off nonetheless. Kangaskhan getting switched out. See, that's what I mean. You have to deal with like setting up power punches, and then you get into like a really weird situation. But Garchomp is going to come in, and that is going to be Glasgow setting up a Stealth Rock and not actually throwing out Toxic. Okay. So Glasgow's Poison Heal going to start healing it up for a bit, and we now have Garchomp with the Outrage. So Garchomp throwing out the Outrage, going to get a really solid hit, but it is a critical hit. I was about to say, that looks like way too much damage, and it looks like Glasgow went for the taunt. So here's the thing about Pokemon. You never know what your opponent's going to do. It looks like he might have gone for a taunt just in case it was Swords Dance or something like that. So we don't have the Swords Dance Garchomp, but going to Klefki. Klefki not going to be affected, and that's Klefki. So Klefki is going to set up Reflect now, and Garchomp going to whip that Outrage, probably going to go for that Fire Blast. So not going for Earthquake, going to have that Fire Blast. Super effective hit on Klefki, but this is why I don't believe in the special Garchomp. Fire Blast, it has a 15% chance to miss. There's that Light Screen, and it's not even doing that much damage to the Klefki. So there's the avoidance, free stuff right there, taunt going to wear off. Garchomp throwing out Rock Slides, so maybe trying to predict the switch, maybe going for a flinch. Klefki does flinch. Flinch on what, a Foul Play? A Draining Kiss? I don't know what that could have been. But Kangaskhan does come out, so we had Garchomp switch out. Kangaskhan is in, but that is on the Reflect. And Klefki is going to be able to resist. So Klefki with the Foul Play, and that's actually going to shut down Kangaskhan pretty hard. Not even counting the critical hit. So, Kangaskhan throws out a Sucker Punch on the Klefki. Not going to do much damage, and this Klefki is pretty much shutting down Kangaskhan right now because of that Foul Play. Reflect Foul Play, Kangaskhan can't use Power Punch or dies immediately. And yeah, Klefki now got Kangaskhan down really low. Going to switch out, and that is going into Sceptile. So Sceptile's in the position for the cleanup. Now Kangaskhan throughout the return. So here's, okay. So that was actually Sucker Punch, Fake Out, return, and yeah, so there could be that Power Punch. But it is going to be the Mega Sceptile. And I guess this is the point where you bring in Mega Sceptile and you just clean up the opponent's team. So Kangaskhan with a Sucker Punch, going to fail because of Hone Claws. Okay, now I can see, okay, this is a bit risky right now. Bringing in the Mega Sceptile when it is up for that Sucker Punch damage. Sucker Punch going to miss again. There's Grass Whistle. Oh, wow. Okay. So Hone Claws into Grass Whistle actually working to take down the Kangaskhan. And looks like Sceptile only survived because of the Reflect. So Reflect Light Screen support for the Grass Whistle Mega Sceptile is kind of insane. Going to get one more Hone Claws for safe measure. Going to just get as much accuracy and attack as possible. Light Screen wearing off. And Kangaskhan still asleep. So it looks like he's not going to get that Sucker Punch. Oh, wow. Okay, more and more Hone Claws. Are you sure you want to do this, Sceptile? That's getting crazy. So Kangaskhan's still asleep, and now we finally get to see the damage come through. And that's going... Are you serious? More Hone Claws? Because here's the thing about Sceptile. Going to outspeed return, because it's just too fast. Going to go down to a Sucker Punch. Kangaskhan wakes up, throws out the Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch going to fail because of even more Hone Claws. Alright, where are the mind games? Are you going to finally throw out the attack? Get that mix-up in there? So, Kangaskhan throws out the Sucker Punch. That's going to be the Grass Whistle. Oh man, mind games for real. Because, yeah, if Kangaskhan doesn't throw out Sucker Punch and Sceptile decides to go offensive, then it's an immediate loss right there. So now Sceptile going to use Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade, yeah, that's absolute overkill. Are we even going to get the critical hit? We even get the critical hit onto the Sceptile. Charizard now comes in. I guess I can understand trying to set up that many Hone Claws to make sure you take out the Charizard, but Sceptile still has Dual Chop. So Dual Chop doesn't even need both hits. One hit going to knock out Charizard just in case it was Charizard X, and then you even have Dual Chop against Garchomp. I would personally just use the Leaf Blade. don't need to get fancy right here. Dual Chop has a good chance of missing. And that is going to be a Leaf Blade. So Leaf Blade, after all that stab, attack, boosting, craziness, we didn't even need a critical hit. So going to be a very strong neutral hit on the Garchomp. And that is going to be Sceptile with the victory. Crazy battle, because I mean, like, Klefki could have easily finished off a lot of that team. Well, maybe not a lot. Depends on how that could have gone, because Klefki with the foul play on the Kangaskhan would have been the KO right there, but then that wouldn't have given the opportunity for Sceptile to set up as much as it did, because Charizard could still be pretty nasty to it. Might be able to get up a Reflect and then set up Gliscor a bit more, because Gliscor could do some work. Overall, though, it ended up working out in a silly way, so that was a very silly Sceptile battle. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle. That was from George. I hope you guys get ready for some more Fan Fridays.